Welcome, everybody, back to Hiveswap Friendsim. My name is Brodemus. Last time, what did we do last time? Who the hell was last time? I don't remember who last time was. Was last time Chixie? Last time was Chixie. That's right, Chixie was fun. Chixie was a lot of fun. Alright, Volume 9 is out. So we're going to do Volume 9 of Gazes Cool and Tempers Hot. So it looks like Amnesia is back? Why? Was Amnesia particularly memorable? Alright, hang on, hold up. I am not okay with this screen. Part of you has always been taken with the idea of purchasing a one-way train ticket to anywhere and boarding it without looking back. Or in your current case, stowing away without looking back. Details. The idea had always seemed so idyllic. No strings, no obligations, just you and your journey, the wind in your hair and the taste of freedom on your lips. Your little daydream didn't exactly involve careening across a perilous extraterrestrial landscape, but then you always like to think of yourself as the kind of person who's open to new experiences. Not to mention new friends. In practice, though, this tastes less like freedom and more like noxious muck, which is what you're currently surrounded by. Ugh. Whoa, how, hang on, hold that, time out. Can we rewind a second? How the fuck did I end up here? It's not unlike the slime that was in Skylar's Recupera-kun, except that slime was weirdly soothing, and this is prickly and burny and uncomfortable. You thought you were being smart by sneaking on board, jumping into some sort of cargo carriage. Oh, how wrong you'd been. So I stowed away. I actually did the thing that they said they were going to do. The trade-off for not being caught, then maimed and or killed for your blood color is apparently this. You almost would have preferred the maiming. God knows you're used to taking a beating by now. What the fuck? Okay, so we have Powerline here. Or Amnesia again? I like that they put the question mark down there. Is Amnesia Airden? What the fuck is she doing back here? So hang on. This guy's either anime-based or Powerline-based from the Goofy movie, a Goofy movie. So, Azdaja Neelix. Someone mentioned Azdaja, didn't they? Was it Keneal? Well, we're going with Azdaja anyway. Oh, this is neat looking. After what feels like way too long, the vehicle slows down and you take the opportunity to tumble out of your slime jail onto the dusty ground, picking yourself up and hurrying away from the station before you can get spotted. Okay. Oh, man. This art's pretty cool. I'm already a big fan of this. A little while later, you're standing at the beginning of a massive canyon, and your awful train ride almost feels worth it. The canyon stretches on endlessly, miles of yawning chasms and winding ravines at your feet. It's enough to make your mouth hang open in awe. After spending so much time in various grody parts of the city, the sight of such pristine natural beauty touches your heart. I mean, I did see, the outskirts of the city. I went to see Skyla and Branya. They're outside of town. You feel somehow inspired, like you could belt out an aria or draw a masterpiece if you tried. Which I don't, because I can't do that. But before you can begin exploring your hidden creative depths, you're distracted by noises coming from not too far away. You're not alone. You know what this means. A chance to get yourself more of that sweet, sweet friendship. After so many successful companionship ventures, you're thirsty for more. Am I? I've gone through 19 trolls, considering Cuprum and Follicle were 1. I've gone through, right? No, not 19. I've gone through 16 adventures, so 17 trolls. That's enough. That's good. That's way too many friends. You pick up your jaw and go investigate. The sounds lead you towards a trail along the side of the canyon, which in turn leads you down to a roomy platform not that much lower than where you started. There's a series of sharp outcrops jutting out of the plateau, and perched atop the highest one is a figure dramatically framed against the moonlight. At first you think he's peering moodily into the distance, but then you realize he's looking through some kind of contraption on his face. Okay. Recording coordinates. You look around, there doesn't seem to be anyone else here, so what you heard was this fellow muttering to himself, you guess? I see. He's so wrapped up in whatever it is that he's doing that he hasn't noticed you yet. This guy has got to be hankering after some company. Being all by his lonesome out here in the middle of nowhere, you're sure of it. Wave and say hello. Let's do the non-obtrusive thing. Sporting your most winning smile, you call out a greeting and give a jaunty wave. That gets his attention. He has a scanner. He has a Saiyan scanner is what he has. Well, would you look at what the perv he's dragged in? Are you lost? That depends on your definition of lost. You prefer to think of whatever you're doing as taking the scenic route. Just, indefinitely. Your new acquaintance and hopefully soon-to-be pal snorts, unimpressed. It would be better if you did that elsewhere. Or somewhere else, elsewhere. I can't fucking read. Better for me, I mean, which is the most important issue currently at hand, let's face it. I still have preparations to make and I'm running out of time. You're kind of cramping my style here. Preparations? For the game, obviously. It's starting any minute now. You have no idea what he's talking about. What the fuck are you doing here, bud? Seriously? You don't know about dual strifers? So is he a Yu-Gi-Oh themed character? That would explain the eye, like, symbol. Wow, you're more an empty-headed plebe than I thought. That's not a very fair thing to say. Sure, you might have made a habit of running headfirst into stupidly dangerous situations, but there's no reason for him to assume your voice is drowned out by a crackling sound. He's levitating down from his perch towards you, sparks of energy stirring the sand up into a cloud. After meeting Sarava and Cuprum, you've come to expect psionic power from trolls with yellow blood by now, but it still kind of takes you aback. You stumble backwards, falling on your ass. The troll is unbothered by your spill, continuing to address you while you're sprawled on the ground. I'll explain. Dual Strifers pits Alternity's best and brightest against each other in a timed event designed to reveal the most skilled among the group. Which would be me, of course. That goes without saying. He tells you a bunch of other stuff about game mechanics that, to be honest, goes straight over your head. I'm not listening to you. I already know plenty. I don't give a shit. He's apparently not in enough of a rush that he can't stop what he's doing to outline his plans to you, some random passerby, in a fairly detailed manner at that. He seems pleased to have an audience, actually. Well, his friendship is barely even off the ground, and you're already doing great. You get back on your feet and nod along sagely, pretending to understand all his rambling about strategy and whatnot. And then you notice a blinking light. It's coming from the screen over his eye. Huh? Interesting. My scouter can't retrieve any data on your species at all. He leans forward and looks at you. Really looks at you. Up until this point, he'd been paying more attention to his own voice and whatever readings he's been getting on his device, but now he's focused fully on you. It's starting to fluster you a little. Actually, that is until his mouth twists into a smirk. You get a glimpse of his single jagged tooth. You know it's technically possible to join in teams of 2, but now you're here. Is he saying what you think he might be saying? Excitedly, the character, not I, you clarify whether he's asking you to join the game as his partner. Ha! Sure, I just love teaming up with clueless nerds like you. No, you'd be a nice element of surprise, though. I could use you as a collateral resource, fodder, a lackey. What do you say? That doesn't sound nearly as flattering, but it's an opportunity to help, and you've founded so many great friendships on doing whatever favors random strangers have wanted you to do for them already. Why stop now? Really, the MS Paint guy is a fucking doormat. You'll be the best lackey ever. I'm gonna get fucking murdered. But you know what? God damn it if I'm not gonna give 110%. Come on, select it. There you go. The title might not be much, but that doesn't mean you can't excel at it. You tell him you accept his offer. Excellent. By the way, I'm Azdaja Neelix. Thank you. At the very least, if I'm going to die for you, I know your goddamn name. But you must have known that already. You're not sure why you would. Maybe he's some kind of big shot? Who fucking knows? Come to think of it, the name does ring a bell. You've heard it before when you were in the middle of infiltrating a bandit hideout with a mercenary. Keneal! I was right! It was Keneal. Okay. You met my mate Sprit. You must have gotten on her good side, or you wouldn't be standing here talking to me. Because you'd be minced into the ground finer than grub paste. He's grinning like he's really proud and fond about Keneal being the sort of girl who'd make mincemeat out of someone as soon as to speak to them. If he wasn't talking about her literally murdering you, you might have found his reaction endearing. Hang on, if he already has a partner, why isn't she here? As Dodge's expression sours abruptly. My partner isn't here because she didn't make our agreed-upon rendezvous time. He says the word partner in an overdone, exasperated huff, as if he thinks she might be listening from behind a boulder somewhere and he can somehow shame her into appearing. You remember what Paulappa said about mercenary duos often being quadranted pairs, i.e. romantically involved. Did his girlfriend stand him up? Yikes. Ooh, maybe it's better that you haven't been promoted to partner status if it meant getting involved in another couple's spat. You've had quite enough of that already. You hope they aren't fighting. As Dodja glares at you. This exact nature of our quadrant is none of your business, frankly. Now come on. We're wasting time. He steps off the edge of the plateau, descending in a crackle of energy and floating you into the canyon along with him. It's a terrifying ride, but the view it affords is pretty amazing. Soon, you reach the bottom. We should keep going. There's someone else in this valley. We'll get the drop on them if we move fast. He grins confidently, his coat flapping behind him. There isn't any wind down here, though. Is he flapping his own coat with his sigh for dramatic effect? Yes he is. First blood to Neelix. You blink, tentatively. You repeat, blood? Yes, blood. He says it the same way he enunciated the name of his competition earlier, like it should have been painfully obvious. Like I told you, our aim is to take out our opposition, swiftly and painfully. To win, we have to be the last team standing in this entire canyon. Weren't you listening when I explained earlier? Nope. God damn it. You've been proceeding under the assumption this was some kind of elaborate competitive LARP, like solve some puzzles, get out of this giant canyon before the other guy type of deal. Perhaps arm wrestle your competitors into submission if you run into them. But no, this game involves actual violence. I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, it's Alternia. How many fucking people have I seen get murdered? You probably shouldn't be surprised. You've been Alternia long enough to discern that, boy, trolls sure do love killing. There it is! You've made friends with plenty of trolls who have less bloodthirsty hobbies, though. You ask him whether he's ever considered getting into excessive bodily force, poetry, or streaming sick beats. Please, you're kidding, right? Now is no time for joking around. Don't tell me you're already getting frosty strut pods. I can't work with someone with such a flimsy sense of conviction. You reassure him that no, of course not, your strut pods are as toasty as all heck, but he's no longer paying attention to his scouter glints. There! He flashes past you before you can blink, riding the waves of his side to a collection of rocks sitting behind. This guy's fucking powerful, right? Like, I'm getting a reading, like, he just fucking murder someone without even really knowing where they were? Target acquired. Nice try, think you could outsmart me by laying in wait and launching an ambush. Cowardly move, and sloppy, very sloppy. Now, prepare to get owned. Resistance is future— oh, fuck! Abruptly, Azdaja freezes. You hesitate, unsure as to what sort of threat you're dealing with here. But then a troll girl with a cerulean blood symbol on her shirt pops up from behind the rocks. She giggles menacingly, making Azdaja turn toward you. His expression is blank. His nifty brain power is now under your competitor's control. To echo Azdaja's sentiment, oh fuck. Okay, yeah, cerulean bloods can control people. You need to do something fast. You have the harebrained thought that maybe you can grab Azdaja and physically wrest him from her control. You launch yourself towards them in a mad dash, attempting to call out a chilling battle cry, but it comes out more as a pathetic broken yell. The girl laughs again as Azdaja's eyes flash brighter than you'd seen so far, almost blinding. Oh hell, they're just straight up eye lasers, aren't they? And they're really powerful, holy shit. You've had some strong trolls, but this kind of power is something else. If Azdaja were a character in a video game and you were to assign him a quantifiable number to measure his power, some kind of level, perhaps that number would be, well, it would be very high, is all you're saying. God damn it. Okay, Azdaja's laser shoot at a point above you, scoring a deep gash in the rock and sending rubble toppling downwards. You reach out, grabbing at Azdaja's coat. You have to get out of here. The girl doesn't stop you, merely leaping out of the way of the certain dune that's hurtling rapidly towards you. You think you see something out of the corner of your eye, some last-ditch hope and not getting squashed as flat as a grub cake. You race toward it. Your first thought when you next open your eyes is that death has finally come to tentatively crater you in its sweet, loving embrace. But you quickly realize that you're in a cave, not the afterlife. Well, and that the reason you can even see anything right now is because the area around you is brightened by a light coming from Azdaja's scouter. Through sheer dumb luck, you must have run towards the single safe spot in the entire ravine, this hole in the ground. It's as if this hole was sitting here, carved out of the rock, waiting to be your escape route. You might even say this hole was made for you. Fuck! You wince, covering your ears. Could he keep it down, maybe? Your nerves are a little shot from almost dying for the umpteenth time this week. No, I will not keep it down! Curses, I can't believe this. Who does that blue blood think she is? Does she realize who she just messed with? Wow, he looks really mad. Instinctively, you reach out to execute that slow face pat that trolls seem to find so soothing, but he slaps your hand away. What do you think you're doing? I already told you I have a moirail. No, you told me you have a mate sprit. You stammer out an apology. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Plus, you thought Conil was his mate sprit? He seems to realize what he just said. A hint of yellow touches his cheeks, just barely visible in the light. That's what I said. I already have a mate sprit. You're pretty sure you heard him right the first time, and you're also pretty sure those are two different sorts of relationships, but you let the subject drop. No need to rile up your new friend more than he already is. Your shoosh pep might have been rejected, but the attempt seems to snap him out of whatever pissed-off funk he's gotten himself into. Let's get out of here. He follows the path of the cave. Can't he just blast you both out? Don't be stupid. If I did that, it would cause a cave-in. Are you that eager to get crushed? Good point. You're acting just like Conil, so ready to rush in without a game plan. If he means this as an insult, its effect is kind of lost. He sounds more wistful than irritated. You walk in silence for a while as you make your way further into the cave. You realize that the walls aren't blank like you previously thought, but covered in complicated carvings. Cave troll art, you wonder? Some sort of ancient form of cave troll art. I know what you're thinking. That life as a prince among trolls must be an enviable one. You snap to attention. Yes, of course. You were definitely thinking about him and his life story just then. I don't expect someone like you to understand. You're obviously a completely average person who will live out their life in perfect mediocrity. But not me. You don't know what it's like to be born so gifted. Completely average. That's you, alright. You try your best to be sympathetic. Having rad powers must make things really hard. What? No way, it's fucking awesome. But as you've clearly seen, it can attract unwanted attention from pathetic individuals who aren't nearly as talented themselves. Who are desperate to have some unbeatable psionics in their corner. Oh my god. To be honest, the Empire is no different, and it's not like the rebels are much better. Keneal and I don't really care one way or the other. We're just here to off chumps and get money. We look out for ourselves, first and foremost. But eventually, we'll be sent off planet to do the bidding of the Empress, just like everyone else. Okay, you can see why having no say in the matter kinda sucks, but isn't there opportunity to do cool shit in space too? Azdaja's face draws up in a wry expression. Yeah, with someone else calling all the shots. You keep walking. After what feels like hours, his scouter flashes again. We're here. He lets the wall have it with his eye lasers, which are, with a resounding roar, it crumbles away. Aside from the spot he destroyed, the rest of the cave is intact. Moonlight spills into the space through the impromptu exit. Here we are. It's over. We were stuck down there for so long that the game has ended. Meaning... Your heart sinks. This was a disaster. He's definitely not going to want to be your friend after losing this competition he's so invested in. We're the last team standing, which makes us the winners. I knew it! That blue-blood loser might have had a stroke of good luck, but she was no match for someone of my station. My victory was a foregone conclusion from the start. Bringing you along was an excellent idea. Your recklessness really came in handy back there. He's thanking you, you realize, or something close to it. Modestly, you assure him that it was no problem. A prince knows when to give credit where credit is due. Celebration is in order, I think, once we collect our prize. There's a prize? Fuck yes. Dual Strifers offers an impressive cash reward to whoever wins. You'll get a cut as well, of course. Whoa, money! This will be the first time you've laid your hands on the stuff since you crash landed. Maybe you'll be able to finally purchase a warm meal? Or clothing that isn't from somebody else's closet? More important than the money, though, is that you've proven you aren't a complete fuck-up. You've earned Azdaja's trust and also his friendship! Woo! Alright! Good shit! What a character. What a fucking character. Wow. So he's super fucking strong. So, like, we don't know how strong Saraba was. Cooper was pretty powerful, too. He would be more powerful if he wasn't used as a battery for Follicle. But, man, that was interesting. Huh. Kind of abrupt, like, abrupt. Ends abruptly. It's the phrase I'm fucking looking for. That was interesting. That was a lot of fun, actually. I really like that. So next week, we're going to do Amnesia? Maybe with a question mark? But that was kind of cool. I was right. Yeah, it was Keneal. I remembered Azdaja from Keneal's story. That was fun. I really liked him. He was really funny. But also, like, I couldn't quite pin down if he was supposed to be, like if he was like an anime character and like super over top dramatic like that or something, but that was funny. That was a lot of fun. I like that one. Oh man, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you click the like button, subscribe if you like the channel, so you can keep up with my stuff. There's a pretty much new Hiveswap Friendsim video every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Share with your friends. Maybe you can get some sort of read from them about whether or not he's supposed to be an anime character, or if he was just supposed to be like, I'm not entirely sure how to read Azdaja. I believe you give me his fucking name. And comment. Let me know what you guys think. We're deep into this. This is episode 17, I believe, of this. Is a lot of friends and a lot of friendship being done and made. But we are still trucking along. But anyway, hope you guys liked it. And see you next time. Later.